thank you so much for joining us. I have Rose Zapor via Zoom because we're all under kind of stay-at-home orders, although you're considered essential. Rose is with Zapor Law Firm, and I'll get her contact information up on this video. But thank you for joining me. And I wanted to bring you on because, there's a lot of uncertainty out there right now. We're hearing more and more that people are being hospitalized with COVID-19.
Yes.
And you practice elder law.
That's correct.
And your specialty is, helping people put together their will or their medical power of attorney or some sort of medical directive. So I wanted you to talk a little bit about what we can do to be prepared if you don't have those things in order, what you should be doing today, just in case you get ill.
Well, it's incredibly important that people have their estate documents in place, because in Colorado, at least, and I don't know about other states, but the doctors and nurses are asking that they have the authority to put medical powers of attorney and do not resuscitate orders in place if people do not have their documents prepared. That means somebody you don't know is going to make life and death decisions for you if you do not have your documents. And the important documents in COVID-19 are the medical powers of attorney, a will, the living will, which is different. The living will is your advance directive as to how you want to be treated. Also, you will need a HIPAA release to allow your relatives to at least talk to the doctors on the phone.
Right.
And you also need the medical orders for surgical treatment, the most form, which your doctor signs, not the attorney. With those documents in place, the hospital asks for those. Every time you go into the hospital, do you have a will? Do you have a living will? Do you have a medical power of attorney? If you don't have them and you have COVID-19, they are going to put you on a respirator, and you're not going to be able to prepare those documents. So you need to plan in advance, just like everybody's buying toilet paper in advance. You need to have your documents in place to be sure that you are being treated the way you want to be treated.
I think a lot of people sometimes get intimidated by the fact that, okay, I have to put a will together and all of these other documents, and this is kind of scary, might be kind of expensive, but how easy is it? I shouldn't say easy, maybe easy is not the right word, but what kind of timing does it take, and what kind of expenses should somebody think about? Okay, it's going to cost me this much money to do this.
The way we do it at my office is not difficult. We're going to ask you certain questions, like who do you want to handle your estate? Who do you want making decisions for you? And their address and phone number. And how do you want things done? Do you want to be left on life support for 10 days, 3 weeks? Do you not want to be left on life support? Once we go through all of these questions, the documents are put together. We can, and in this day and age, fortunately, we have the means electronically to meet, again, via Zoom or on the telephone if you don't have a computer. And we can get those documents to you via email for review. And if necessary, we can plan for a signing within 1 or 2 days. We do our documents on a flat fee basis. That means it's one fee, start to finish, all the way through any revisions that need to be made and the final signing of the documents. And that cost is $750. And we take checks, cash, or credit cards. So it's not, that's expensive for some people and not for others, but it is below the average of what an attorney charges in Denver.
Right. So if somebody were to call you up and say, look, I just need a medical power of attorney, is that something that you could put together
Oh,
without doing the will and all of that if they wanted to do the will at a later date?
absolutely, we can do that. When we do a medical power of attorney, we also do the living will automatically. And we charge $150 for that.
Okay. So tell me what is a living will compared to just your standard will?
A living will is also called an advance directive. And that's saying if I'm on life support, I want to be left on life support, as I said, for 2 or 3 days, not at all forever. It also covers if all that's being done for you is intravenous feeding and hydration, if you want that discontinued. Some people want life support discontinued, but want hydration for an extended period of time. And you get to make that decision now instead of having a doctor say, well, we're going to do a DNR order. A DNR is do not resuscitate. Some people want to be resuscitated if their heart fails. And with the COVID-19, a side effect of that virus is heart attack.
Yes, I
And
actually have a good friend of mine who his wife is a pulmonologist, and that is the biggest side effect they're seeing is heart failure.
that's right, because the lungs and the heart are all connected. If you're not getting a good oxygen in your lungs, which is COVID-19, you're not going to have good blood oxygenated and pumping through the heart, and it is going to fail.
Right. Yeah.
And that's why elderly people like me, I do have that gray hair.
I do too. Just have some blonde covering it up. So.
Oh, I chose not to cover mine up. But that's why older people are more at risk, is because we have a weaker immune system. We also have a weaker connection between that pulmonary system.
Right. So if there's one message that you could give to anybody out there who, they don't have their affairs in order, what would that be?
Oh, get it done today. Get it done today. We can do it remotely. Other than the signing, like I said, and if you would rather take these documents to the bank and have them signed there with a notary, that's fine too. You don't have to come to our office.
If they let you in.
Banks have notaries. They do not provide witnesses, but they will notarize.
Right.
And so there are many ways that we can get this done very quickly.
So,
and it's to your advantage to
right.
have it done so that, I don't think people understand when they say somebody's on a ventilator or somebody's on a respirator. They think they can still talk. They can take the mask off. That's not true. If you're on a ventilator or a respirator where they go down through the throat, you can't talk. So you have to have your documents in place in advance so that the hospital knows what it is you want, not what they want or what's convenient for them.
Okay. How can someone get in touch with you? And I'll put your number up at the bottom of the screen and your website address and your email address if you're okay with it. But
absolutely.
If you can tell people how to get in touch with you, that'd be great.
The phone at the office, actually, if nobody is at the office, and sometimes we don't have somebody at the office, but leave a message. We check them 2 or 3 times a day, and we return those calls. You can also email me. That's good 24/7. I tell people all the time, when you have the 3 o'clock in the morning galloping, oh my gods, that's a perfect time to use email. And also, of course, by fax or through our website. We also take payments through the website so that you don't have to wait to pay us to do the work. So we have it all electronically done, have for a long time.
Great. Thank you so much, Rose. I'm going to put this video up on, my different websites and Facebook.
Mhm.
And I really hope that if somebody doesn't have their affairs in order, that they give you a call today.
Well, I hope so too, not because it's for me, but because it's for my people. I know
Absolutely.
I don't have clients, I have people.
That's right. Me too. Me too. That's why you and I are longtime friends.
That's right.
All right. Well, stay safe, and best wishes to the family. And I know that you and I will be talking very soon.
Stay safe.
Thanks, Rose.
Bye-bye.